Sorry, just for
Start
fun.
with a hook.
Hello, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a new episode. Yes, we were discussing something as I pressed record. The reason is you guys at home already know the club that we're going to. You guys already know we've had a deep dive into it. We've looked at wages. We've looked at the new house we're going to be living in. We found the annex or the little room that Bobby's going to be living with us in as well. And we found a car that me and Bobby are going to be sharing to and from the ground and to the stadium. So that is all in yesterday's episode. So if you haven't already, go and check episode 0 out. I've got to remember what the numbers I've done for each episode now. Episode 0, and that is just sort of doing a where we are, what we're doing, where we're going. If you saw the episode before, it was very much of me talking about where I want to take the series forward and the objectives we've had. Me and Bobby have sat down and talked about this. I have no clue what Bobby's thinking or what we're doing, but that's up to him to do and discuss when we get to it. But first, I have put this off for about 2 episodes, and this is talking about how we finished off and the overview of Indonesian football. As you can see, we're around the world. If you don't know what we are, what we've done before, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a brand new episode. Basically, we're going around the world, and what we're doing around the world is picking places that we never thought we would ever do. So Indonesian football. We had a lot of Indonesian fans in the comments that I've been speaking to recently as well, talking about they live near Persak, which was ridiculous, having a conversation with them using Google Translate to see what they're saying and then me them messaging back. It's a lot of fun. And then not only that as well, it's very much of we're struggling for coaching badges, but there are other things that have been a lot interested. So let's get into this. Let's show Bobby Munson what's happened over the past few times, because the last time we didn't see him at the end of last season because I was away and I couldn't do sit down and record with him. But this is going to be the 2026-2027 season review. So let's go through this. We won the league again.
Damn. Just on fire.
And we sort of won it by a mile. We broke records during this season as well. I'm not going to lie. We broke records. So not only did we get the highest amount of points that we broke our own total with the season before, we also had the most amount of wins in Indonesian league history.
Wow.
During this time as well. And most amount of clean sheets by a goalkeeper in one season. And we still didn't have a top goal scorer.
Wow. Amazing.
And our goal difference was plus 55. We had a bit of a mental run. Your thoughts?
Well,
your thoughts?
Dude, what do you need me for? I'm going to go grab a bottle of champagne and just start celebrating.
Oh, good. Yeah, it was a very commanding. I've got something in my eye, and it's really irritating me. It was a very commanding performance that season. So let's move on. And we're gonna. So we now. So this is another record that we've got in the bag. Okay, I don't know what happened. By the way, I'm not going to spoil it. Bobby, please remind me to talk about Persip later on. Before the end of the show, remind me to talk about them again, because I need to discuss something. But we're now, with that title win that we had, we now go to the top of the most amount of league titles in Indonesian football history. There's 5. We won 2 of those 5. But yeah, the Persip are now record breakers.
Wow. I'm so impressive. I mean, what a great start to things. And again, and a big hello to all the people that have been supporting from that part of the world. And one of the wonderful things about doing this program is that we get to make new friends all across the globe, which is fantastic.
Do you want to know something quite funny?
What's that?
Number 2, who has 4.
Yeah.
They're bottom of the Indonesian League 2.
Oh, wow. Fall from grace there.
It's mental. It's mental. It's mad. I had to look at it when I run that and I went, oh my God, what's going on? Anyway, so that is that. So Asian Champions League. As you can see here, we were the biggest overachievers because we went through the group stage. We then faced Changyong from South Korea. They are top of the South Korean league, ahead of more funds, and we lost. We gave them a really good fight, but we lost. But I want to point something out. The reason why I took a screenshot of this. Instead of the result is because of one thing and one thing only. Okay. Basically, I want us to have a look at Leroy Sané playing for Al Hilal, who got 14 goals and 11 assists just in the Champions League.
Wow. That's an insane amount in a
Average rating.
League.
The average rating is 8 point. It's ridiculous. The average rating was 8.68.
Wow.
But as it says here, according to the Champions League, we were the biggest overachievers. Everyone with their performance reached in the second round where they lost to Shangbuk, which we did, and very much so. We should have won that game. We were very much the underdog for the round, very much that we did in the end. That is so. We ended the Champions League of not doing that, but we also then won the Indonesian Cup, which then meant that we won it twice in a row during our time in this competition. And I will also point out as well, we won 1-0 overall against the team in both of the legs, and again, never had the top goal scorer because it's me and because it's my save. We had the most amount of yellow cards because that's how I do. That's how I roll. Your
Rough and
thoughts
tough.
on us now winning the double in our final season?
I mean, winning the double, that's phenomenal. And the fact that we went as far as we did with this particular club in the Champions League, like, you couldn't have asked for more. I mean, we could have been struggling in this for a while and stuff like that, but a lot of great determination and a lot of great skill went into making this club what it is right now.
It's phenomenal. And it is amazing to see. So I don't know what the next thing is. Okay, so this is the overview of the profile of me. So this is how I'm looking now. I've got one coaching badge. No other fuckers give me another one. So I wanted to go up to the top right-hand corner here. This is basically why we're talking about it. We're going to talk about. I've been in charge for 124 games, won 80 of them, losing 21. I've got a win percentage of 64%. But one of the things that I'm really happy of is we scored under my tenure 314 goals, conceding 155. We have a plus goal difference of 159.
That's phenomenal. That is a great stat.
That is a stat that you would go, if you read that right, you would go, what the fuck is going on in that league? How have I done that? And you'd very much be correct on that.
Actually, if I were bigger
this
clubs,
is Bobby Munson's. This is you. This is. Yeah, go on.
Oh, I was going to say, if I was a bigger club, I'd be looking at that stat going, well, maybe this coach is onto something. Maybe we need him over here. Just saying.
I would look at that and go, what the fuck is going on over there? So this is your stat. This is at the end of the season that we got. So these are the trophies that we won during our time in Indonesia. We won the League 2 trophy. We won 2 League 1 titles. We won 2 Indonesian Cups. So in total, if we combine Persig and Persap, Perscat and Persib, during our times, we have won 5 trophies in 4 seasons during our time there. I want to get your thoughts because we're going to go on in a second to the new clubs. And you have 3 options because I know I gave you 2, but I added 1. And I want to get your take on that in a minute. But I want to get your overall reactions because I know when you watch the videos to when we record, it's quite far. We're quite far ahead when we record this from what you see on YouTube. So I want to get your overall thoughts on Indonesian football and where we are now.
Oh, it's been a hell of a time. It's been like for what I've seen up to and now knowing what the end results are as well too. It's been a blast, to say the least. I mean, this has been a fun start to this particular series, and I like the concept of it. I'm obviously gonna miss it, but I mean, I think we've taken it really as far as what that's ever gonna go outside again winning the Asian Champions League, which I'm sure we'll have another crack at with another club in another country at some point in time. So there is still plenty of time for us to get to that point, but it's been an honor, to say the least, to get to work with these two clubs, with this country, and to pull 5 trophies in a 2-season period, or a few seasons or so.
Yeah, four seasons we
4
were
seasons.
in.
Yeah,
we were in Indonesia, and we come away with 5 trophies. It's mental because you say that we're going to win the Asian Champions League. I have decided as well. I'm not leaving Asia until I've won the Asian Champions League.
Fair enough.
That's the
Good
only
call.
trophy I have never won in Asia so far. So we now have got a new job. There was 2 options I gave you. There was lots of options I gave you, but there was an added one I added on that was a lot later on because I've never done it on stream before. There's so much behind it. So South Korea, China was the ones that you wanted out of the list that I gave you from that, and I think there was India and other stuff in there. I would love to do India once, just one season in India.
We should.
I just want to go there, get Delhi belly, and then leave. That is it. I don't want to stay any longer. Just have the shits, and then I'll be fine. And then I've also added Australia to this. So people at home know, you don't. Which one of the okay? Let's rank this in order. What is the most I want to see how this goes. The most excited to the least excited you are out of the 3 of these.
Oh, and you want me to rank them on that?
Yeah.
Most excited to least. I mean, all would have great qualities, but I would probably go South Korea, Australia, China.
Okay. So if you guys know at home, we had a lot of difficulty getting a job. A lot of difficulties getting a job. There was 2 jobs in Australia that I tried to go for, and they laughed me out the door. There was 3 jobs in China. This is no joke. There's 3 jobs in China I went for, and they laughed me out the door. And there was 2 jobs in South Korea, which didn't want me. But then there was 1 club in Australia, and there was 1 club in China. South Korea never got back. That approached me for an interview. You won't see this on the stream, on the video, because it was very much it's behind closed doors because I needed to think it through, and the video would have been so fucking long. But in the end, I took one of the jobs, and all I will say is Bobby, make sure you have sun cream because we're in Australia.
All right, fair enough.
We are in the land down under. Very much of the China job. Okay, so let me put this into context. The China job was for a team that finished just outside the relegation zone and were in debt, and the owner wanted to leave. So I was like, that is going to be the biggest and hardest rebuild I could have ever thought in my entire existence. And then news. So we're now in Australia, and we're going to be managing the club Newcastle Jets. Now, I wanted to manage these because it had 2 things I found fucking hilarious. Newcastle.
Yep.
Now you can see my thinking of where we're going. So I also looked at this club. If you look over here as well, McDonald Jones Stadium is in Australia. We don't own it. We rent it, and we pay fucking loads of money towards it. We're valued at £5 million. This is very weird because this team was founded in the year 2000, but this stadium was built in 1970, and it's got a 33,000 seater stadium. This club in game is around about 27 years old, coming up to 27. I think it's in the October. It's 27. In the real life, this would be around about 24. 20, it'd be 25 years old in October. Or was it the 1st of August? Is the 1st of August or 1st of October? I can't remember which, because I did a little bit of history of looking on it before I took the job. They had never won the league. They've only won. So Australian League does this. There's a top 6 and there's a bottom 6. The bottom 6 go into a relegation scrap. The top 6 go. If you finish top, you become champions of the regular season. But then the top 6 will then go into a playoff where you will then where you go through the quarters, semis, and finals. And if you win, you then become another champion of that league again.
Yeah.
These guys have only won the Grand Championship once, and that was in 2008. They haven't won a trophy in 17 years, if I was correct, because I think I did the math right. In 17 odd years, they never won a trophy. So, because they had no history, because they had nothing about them, I went, we could instantly be legends by winning. They also finished outside of the top 6 by 10 points. Their manager was sacked and went to another club in Australia. But he was gone. And I'm not going to lie, and we're going to go through him a little bit more. I think we found the biggest gem we could have ever found. But I will get into that a little bit more. But I want to get your thoughts. Have you got your factor 50 of sun cream? And what are your thoughts on doing an Australian save? Because they have salary caps.
This is going to be very, very unique. Definitely didn't see this one coming, but I like the direction. I like the country. I think it's going to be a very interesting way to go. The setup of how they do things with the bottom 6 and the top 6, like it. I've seen that before. I know even on a more local level, from some of the coaching I've done in real life, that there is some similar things there with how it works with winning the league versus winning the playoff championship afterwards and stuff like that. So I'm very familiar with that style. So it kind of feels a little like home to me. So I like this. I like where it's going. Like, bring it on. Let's become legends here.
Absolutely. Let's go through some of the stuff here. So the main aim that they want us to do in our first season is to avoid the bottom of A-League. That's it. That they have no other. I've only got a 1-year deal here. That's all they would offer me,
just to keep them afloat. All right. So I mean,
just Jesus Christ, they didn't want.
Go in with low expectations and see what happens. This is going to be fun.
Exactly. So they've got that. So they've only ever won it once, and it was in 2008. Was the last time that they won it. They have no history whatsoever. This was them last season. Oh, it was 6 points. Sorry, it was 6 points outside of the top 6, and they finished. And Sydney ran away with it, and then they run away with it again. In the playoff as well, which I don't think I showed. No. So here is for this season where they thought we would be. We are 300 to 1 on winning the league. Remember that. We are not favourites whatsoever. We've got it's mental. For that. Also, as I said, I think we've picked up a gem. Okay, I have never seen. So this is youth intake. So they'll bring you youth players into the squad where they will go to where you get to sign them who the club thinks you should sign. Now they instantly come into your club and they have a trial period to see what they do, and then you can sign them. I have never, and I mean this, never seen a 4.5-star to 5-star intake for a youth recruitment in my life ever.
Yeah, that's huge.
I have signed him. He's gone into the first team.
Don't blame you.
No joke.
Nurture that.
But he's there. So, this is a question for you. We've got 3 trophies up for grabs this season. We've got the regular season, we've got the Australian Cup, and we've got the Australian Cup happens to start before the start of the season. Now, I will make a disclaimer here, okay? I know what happens in the Australian Cup because when I was recording to get to where I need to get to, I have already recorded the episodes for that. This is why Bobby knows the formation we have to go through. And Bobby will know this at the end of this episode, what happens. But you guys will have to watch the next 2 episodes, potentially, for that. So, 3 trophies up for grabs. So here we go. These are the objectives we have to have. Firstly, we already discussed behind the scenes the formation we're going for. And we're going for the Ruben Almiron Sporting Lisbon Manchester United hybrid because I want to prove I'm better than him. That's it. That is my only thing that if Manchester United sacked him, then they know they can come to me and I will win the league for it. I wouldn't, but it'd be fun to think that. Also, as well, we got 2 more objectives. We have got player-based. What is your player-based objective for this season?
I want to see us.
I'll give you options, okay? And I'll tell you
like,
the range.
I know where I'm leaning, but give me the options.
So I'm going to go from hard to easy, okay? I'm going to go from hard to I'm going to do easy to hard, which makes more sense. Easy one would be the amount of goals we're going to score. That would be the easy one. The medium one would be assists. I would say would be a little bit more difficult because from what I've seen from pre-season, we spread it around like a cheap whore. And had to get that line in. And the difficult one, from what I've seen so far, is keeping a clean sheet.
And see, sadly, that was where I was leaning.
I knew where you were going. I knew where you were going. I would happily try that because we got the youngest goalkeeper in the league.
Let's do it. Fuck it. Let's do it. Clean sheets.
So,
clean sheets.
So how many clean sheets? So there's 12 games in the league, okay? Yeah. And we've got, let's say, 24, take away 2. So that's 22 games in a season.
Yeah.
How many clean sheets do I need to get to pass that test?
I want 50%.
Oh, fucking twat. Oh, you twat. Oh, you twat. Okay, so then, that's the tip. So what's the punishment if we get it? The punishment has to be keep that keeper, probably.
Yeah, probably. You know what? You said it yourself. Do it. If that keeper can't get shit done, then he's gonna have to give it another go.
God! All right. So then, and then the I would like to make a request for if we pass that one team wise. Okay.
Sure.
I would like to upgrade the youth facilities to 14 to match everything else because currently it's at 9.
Done.
Perfect. Okay. Now we've got personal. What do we need to do? This begins to be me and you because you're the director of football.
Yeah.
Not that you do anything anyway on the go. What is it that we have to accomplish? Even if it's a cup, if it's somewhere like that, what is the thing that we have to accomplish in our first season here in Australia?
You know, they finished just outside of it, so let's shoot for it. I want to see us make it into that playoff.
Should we make it a bit harder?
Bit harder?
Let's make it. What position do we have to be in?
5th.
Go higher. Let's go higher. Let's really get this.
You want me to shoot for it? Okay, fine. Fine. I'm giving you 3rd then.
Okay, fine. That's fine. Okay.
All right.
No worries. That's fine. And then we'll think of something we'll get the youth system a little bit higher if we do it that way. But yes,
it's hard to know when I don't know this team yet. So
yes, I do, and I already know that I'm going to fail one of the tasks already. This is going to be fun. Bobby, your final thoughts as we're about to wrap this all up now, and then we're going to be looking at the new outro for this series. And then actually, before we do that, here is the new intro. It's not special. I've just made it personally for this series. So enjoy the new intro for this series. That's it. It was just showing us where we are, where we've done, and what we've done. Okay, so Bobby, overall thoughts on Indonesia, Australia, and everything?
Indonesia was great. Bring on Australia. Put another shrimp on the Barbie. Let's go. Let's have some fun.
Fuck yeah, mate. And we're going to put fucking shrimp on the Barbie. I've just insulted the whole of the Australian population, and now they're not going to watch.
Yeah.
Yes, no, thank you ever so much for watching. I told you we're going to make this series harder. We're going to make everything harder. We're going to have a lot more fun. I have already done the cup competition, which will be coming out for you tomorrow. And it will be coming out the rest of this week as well. And more videos will be coming out with you next week, where we're going to be going through the final games and doing all of the league games, and then going from there. But if you haven't already, make sure you go over to Early and subscribe over there as well. And if you haven't already, make sure you go and hit the like and subscribe. Yes, we got a new profile pic on this channel now. Needed a bit of a revamp that needed to be done, so I decided to do that. And so, yes, with love, with care. My name's been Mark. That has been Bobby Munson, and we will see you guys tomorrow for the Australian Cup, mate. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, put a shrimp on the fucking Barbie, and Bobby's still pointing and making me want to play the outro while I've been